America is just, we don't realize that we're just so materialistic and that we have everything that we want. And they don't have anything, but they don't care about that.
You got to be around the kids and see how much more you should appreciate what you have, because they have to live like that all the time.
Seeing Nepal and India and how much more well off we are in terms of like our government and our infrastructure of our country and just our day-to-day lives. Like they live in trash and like sleep in the streets. So it was good to see places that aren't as well off as we are, and like people don't get 3 meals a day and they don't get an education. They don't even have roofs or clothes.
The mindset, the mentality there is so different. They know how to make life worth living with so little, and they love it.
Going here and seeing how these people live and seeing just what the conditions that they have to live in, it's made me realize that I have been terribly spoiled all of my life, because like they don't have water, like drinkable water, especially with like the showers and stuff like that. They say it's safe, but it's and they have to rely on stealing electricity from other people. Like there were wires everywhere, and then like there's just death in the streets everywhere. There's trash in the streets everywhere.
There's trash all over the place, and people are living in it. People sleep on the street. We would see this going from dinner in the evening, coming back to the hotel. People have little fires set up on the concrete sidewalks. They have little blankets, little rags taped over them, and that's how they live. We were passing by some ramshackle huts, and we saw this all over the country. But there was like a little boy, and I mean, he was in his underwear and he was filthy, and he was just sifting through the trash. And I thought to myself, why isn't that me? What gives me the right to live the life that I do, to have the luxuries that I do, to be able to go to school, to be able to pay for things and not have to worry about where is my next meal going to come from, or what am I going to do for warmth and for shelter, or am I going to have a roof on my head today?
I am going to go back to Nepal, and I would love to work with them, and it taught us really what it means to do service projects, not to go in and shell out a bunch of money to some people when you don't understand the problem. You think money will solve everything. It doesn't. We learned that shelling out money to like tribes in Africa or tribes up in the northern Himalayas, it doesn't do any good, because what are they going to do with that money? They have nowhere to spend it. They don't have the roads to build stuff. I mean, they need other things like education, ways of knowing what they need to eat, or knowing how to cultivate their land and really live safer and more wholesome lives, rather than the ones that we try to impose on them with shelling out tons of money to them, which is kind of throwing them away from their culture as well, because they don't tie a lot of value into monetary belongings. They tie it into their culture and who they are and the people they associate themselves with and their art style. While we don't do that. We attach ourselves to our monetary possessions and our ranking within our society.